Hello and welcome to the Reebok headquarters in Canton, Massachusetts for the 2014 Northeast Regional, the final day of competition. And this is event number 6, the 50s heat number 4. These are going to be your top competitors. I'm Jeff Brightwell alongside John Jansen.
Matt Frazier has taken a firm hold of the Northeast region in the men's events. Currently in first place. He has 2 first-place finishes, a second and a third. Craig Kinney, Joe Kearney, both tied for second and third with 31 points. And James Hobart just on the outside looking in with 35 points. Looking to take a little bit back here in this event.
You see Spencer Hendel in lane number 5, and we'll talk more about him a little bit later. Made a bold prediction, and we had the 100s a year ago in the regionals. This year, the 50s.
And this has been a challenging event. 50-calorie row, 50 box jump overs, 50 deadlifts, 50 wall ball shots. The weight for the deadlifts, 180 pounds. 50 ring dips, the only exercise they only have to do once, then they will turn around, come back down the lane. 50 wall ball shots, 50 deadlifts, 50 box jump overs, and 50 calorie rows. This being one of the biggest challenges in the workout. Let's add to that challenge and go down to Nick Zielinski and see what's going on down on the court.
Hey guys, you know, one thing people don't talk about in a lot of these regional events, the Northeast Regionals being held outdoors. Well, this happens to be on this court as of right now. The temperature is 111 degrees, a factor a lot of regions don't have to deal with. So not only is this workout already grueling at that 111 degree temperature, and this thing could get very, very tough for these competitors.
Thank you very much, Nick. And again, to tell you the difference, showed 108 degrees. It's only 73 degrees air temperature as you look at the lane assignments here. And Matthew Frazier in lane 6 has a 28-point lead, comfortably in first place. And as you mentioned, the race now for second and third. Kinney in lane 7 and 7. In lane 8 in fourth place is James Hobart. And Joe Kearney in lane 5. He is currently in third. He has the final podium spot right now. We're about ready to get going here. Underway in the 50s, a 21-minute time cap, and it starts off with a 50-cal row. Spencer Hendel is in lane 4 today, currently sitting in 5th place. We'll see if he's able to get through this afternoon.
The current event record held by Brent Fikowski in week 1 of the regionals. 2021 is his time out of the Canada West region. We'll see if anybody here can improve on that. We'll see if anybody here can be the 9th individual to actually complete this workout.
There is Frazier in the red and gray camo shorts, and he is running away with the Northeast region right now. Finished 5th a year ago, missed the games by just 2 spots. And he has been very focused all weekend long.
Well, Matt Frazier has been tested in a lot of different ways this weekend. We've seen him use his strength. We've seen him use his ability at gymnastics events. We've tested his motor, and this one here will test it even more.
Kearney right now sitting at 3rd overall. He is on the podium currently, on 2nd place out of Brantford CrossFit. He is, again, in 2nd place overall. He's got a 4-point lead over James Hobart, who is 4th. So his cushion not so great. Now here's Spencer Hendel. Made a big jump yesterday. Still is going to need a little bit of help, but made the prediction yesterday with Nick Zielinski that he was going to finish this workout.
Yeah, Spencer Hendel has a little bit of an advantage on the rower with a nice long stroke. Not a lot of things that a big man has the advantage of, but he does have it here in the rower. Look for most of these athletes to be off the rower in the 2-minute mark, and no surprise that Spencer Hendel will be the first one off the rower.
Well, the big guys like the rower, the little guys like running. And so Hendel, obviously with his size at 6'2", 215, doing very well with that rower. Looks like Hobart out of CrossFit New England in the red top. And he is trying to set a record as well as China Cho in the NorCal region to get back to the games with the biggest gap. The last time he was in the games as an individual, he went in 2009 and 2010. Right now in 4th place. He'll need a good day here but remember, he is one of those CrossFit New England team members that has been on that CrossFit New England team the last few years, win individual this season.
Yeah, and it's not like he hasn't been out to Carson. He's just gone out with some partners instead of by himself.
Well, everyone off the rower. No one used any kind of funny technique. You mentioned you were in a prior regional. Have seen some athletes limit the use of their legs to try to save it for the box jump overs into the deadlifts. Ben
Spoenberg out of the Northwest region rode with just his upper body, was the last one to the box jumps, but ended up being one of the first off the box. So we're going to see a lot of different strategies as these guys move throughout this workout.
Right there in the purple stripe, black shorts, Joe Kearney. Currently in third. He's got the red shoes on again, the purple down the side of those black shorts. He has had a very, very good weekend. And he will just face it 2 feet on, take a couple of steps off, and immediately springs back up, and he will move to his last 20.
And the second and third place coming into this event, Craig Kenny, Joe Kearney, only 4 points ahead of James Hobart. So a lot of movement could happen in that second, third, and fourth spots. A big battle to see, of those three, who's going to be the two that get to go to Carson, California.
All the males moving up to the fourth and fifth sets, and Spencer Hendel, the first off, he will move to the deadlifts. Hendel, I imagine, is going to do 5 unbroken sets of 10. That's just a guess for a guy that said he would finish this event and is on a very solid pace right now.
Well, like a true competitor, he threw the standard out there saying yesterday that he was going to compete and he was going to finish this.
Craig Kinney right there in the gray top, white shorts. He will roll the bar into the second set. He will be on a set of 10 to 20. Right next to him in the red top, the orange shoes, that is James Hobart, just on the outside, just 4 spots away from going to Carson as an individual. Hendel already on his third set of deadlifts. And Hendel again, such a strong guy. Here we go, Austin Malialo, 6th place. Got behind, has tried to make up some ground, but with Frazier running away, leaving that battle between second and fifth. And right now he's on the outside looking in. He is on the left side of your screen. Hendel on your right.
Austin Malialo on the left of your screen. Spencer Hendel on the right. Spencer is going through this workout very methodically. He talked about his practice leading into this event. He knows exactly where he needs to be moving through the deadlifts as he approaches his last set of 10 before he heads on to the wall balls.
Your leaders right now, Spencer Hendel right in front of you with the orange shoes, no shirt. In second, Craig Kinney in lane number 7. And in third, in lane number 2, Brooks Farrar out of CrossFit Resilience. Malialo as the first off the bar to the wall balls.
He ripped through those deadlifts, something fierce.
Malialo takes the lead, followed by Hendel, and now right behind him is Craig Kinney. And you see Hendel on your right and Malialo on your left.
Two of the legends here in the Northeast region. Great competitors for so long. And obviously with Austin Malialo being the head trainer here at CrossFit 1, Reebok 1, he's got a tremendous following in the stands. So watch as he continues to move through this workout. The crowd is going to get louder and louder. They've been great all weekend. The weather's been terrific. This is going to be a terrific finish to our first event today.
Whether Austin Malialo makes a legendary comeback today or he doesn't make the games, he is a 3-time champion, has the heart of a champion. He's going to finish strong in front of the home crowd.
He will, and he's going to push the rest of these athletes to perform.
Right there from CrossFit New England, the red top, James Hobart in lane 8. About 7 minutes into the event again, a 21-minute time capsule, about a third of the way through. That means these athletes are on a fairly good pace. You know, you talk about Austin Malialo potentially not making the game. Spencer Hendel may not unless he has a very big comeback. Those are two of the big names, not only in the Northeast region, but in the sport of CrossFit that may not be in the games. They joined several athletes already. As you grow a sport, though, John, yes, you want to have your superstars, but you can't get into a routine where you have the same 10 to 12 athletes competing for those podium spots in Carson. You've got to get the new blood out there. They've got to make a push. You've got to create the rivalries.
Yeah, and that new blood is right there with Matthew Frazier last year finishing 5th, just outside of his opportunity to go to Carson, California. Craig Kinney, Joe Kearney, James Hobart, all fresh faces to Carson.
Austin is now going to get to the ring dips. Austin 5'5", 175, and ripping through those. Let's see what kind of sets he's going to do.
Well, this is one of those areas in the workout that teams have struggled, or I'm sorry, guys have struggled, but right here, Austin Maliello, one of the strengths, his body weight exercises is just pumping through the dips.
I think he's getting around 7 or 8, now maybe even more on the second set. There is Spencer Hendel, the big guy. Now the ring dip's a little bit more difficult probably for Hendel at 2:15.
Matt Frazier in lane number 6, moving on to his ring dips. He has put together a tremendous regional, and when you look at what he's done overall, you have to see him as a possible podium contender in Carson. Right now, through all regions, he ranks 3rd behind Rich Froning, Scott Panchek of the Central East, the powerful Central East, and then 4th, you see Kenny Leverage, 5th, Cole Sager, a new, fresh name out of the Northwest. So a couple of guys there, young guys, fresh blood, going to Carson with a chance to reach the podium.
Coming up on 9.5 minutes, again a 21-minute time cap. The leaders right now in the event, Austin Maliello in first, followed by Craig Kinney and Spencer Hendel in lane number 4.
When the athletes turn around and face the court, it means they've gone halfway through that 50 ring dips. They've got 25 left. The ring dips, the only exercise they only have to perform one time. They will then go back to the 50 wall ball shots. Continue on to 50 deadlifts, 10 at a time, 50 box jump overs, again 10 at a time, roll that box forward. And if they hope to get to that 50-calorie row and make it through, they're going to need to get there at about 19 minutes, because the time cap at 21, most of these athletes are going to take between 1:45 and 2 minutes to get that 50-calorie row.
Spencer Hendel right there, as you see, he has turned around. Carpe diem, the slogan on the tat.
And he has taken the opportunity right now to seize today.
Austin is going to get to the wall balls. Maliello in the black shorts, orange shoes.
Just a little bit better than halfway through the workout in terms of his reps, and halfway through the time, 10.5 minutes.
See Craig Kinney right there in the gray shirt, the white shorts. Kinney right now in that very important second place coming into the event. James Hobart, lane 8 in the red top. He is just to the outside in 4th place.
And it's all going to come down to, can these athletes keep or at least come close to the same pace that they came through the event the first time.
Right there, Anthony Voracek on your left in lane 3 in the gray and red camo pattern shorts. He will come off the ring dips, make his way to the wall balls. Very good showing for the former Division I track and field decathlete, sitting in 7th place out of CrossFit RBC. Anthony Voracek in lane 3 now on to the wall balls on his way back. Here is where Anthony Voracek, the other athletes, may try to pick the pace up a little bit. You get the steady repetitions on the way to the rig. You do your ring dips. You try to pick it up on the splits. You want to keep the splits as even as you can.
Well, and as they travel back down the court, they're going to get a chance, a clear look at the clock that's sitting right behind the rowers. They'll know where they are in time and what they have to do to complete this workout. This workout, when it was announced, was no surprise to the athletes. There's been a long chipper in each of the last 3 regional years. 2011, they had the hundreds. 2012, the squat pull-up medley. 2013, last year, they went to a second version of the 100. So no surprise, they've had a long Metcon chipper.
There's your big race right there in the middle. Lanes 5, Kearney is in third. Lane 7, Kinney in second. Lane 8, Hobart in fourth. And Hendel trying to make a big run in lane number 4. Little over 12 and a half minutes into the 21-minute time cap. Looks like Kearney down there finishing up his ring dips. He'll now be to the wall balls. And Matthew Frazier in lane number 5, again in the red and gray shorts. There's Spencer Hendel with the orange shoes, the black shorts. Closest to you on the screen on your left in lane 1, Carl Apple out of CrossFit Hamilton. Craig Kinney is starting to move. Kinney in lane 7, gray top, white shorts. Kinney's done with the wall balls. He will be the first to the deadlifts out of Brantford CrossFit. There is Hobart in the red top. Malialo shirtless, and here is Kinney. Take a couple of breaths. He's ready to go, and here comes Malialo on the right side. The first 2 athletes to the deadlifts. Austin, for a smaller athlete at 5'5", 175, very good with the barbell.
He is, and when you say his weight, he's actually deadlifting. He's going to have to do deadlifts 50 times at 5 pounds over his body weight. For these athletes, that's not generally a very heavy weight, but this is such a long chipper. They've already done 50 reps of deadlifts. They've done 50 box jumps. They've done 100 wall balls. To get back to the bar and go through the deadlifts, very challenging on the second time through.
25-pound difference. If Malialo is at 5+, Kinney is at 20 negative on his body weight. And Spencer Hendel at 215, about to get back on that second group of deadlifts. Right now, Craig Kinney, Austin Malialo, and Spencer Hendel, your top 3. A few more athletes now making their way. It looks like that may be Armstrong getting to. Frazier closing the gap as well. Frazier on the left side in the gray and red shorts. And in the white shorts is Craig Kinney. Hobart. Malialo next to him. Hobart has dumped the CrossFit New England shirt. As you and Nick Zielinski talked about earlier, 108 degrees on the competition floor, so you're going to see the shirts come off.
Well, that temperature and the sunshine beating down on you, just like this chipper is 21 minutes, and it will wear on you, so will that sun as it continually beats down.
Big Spencer Hendel will move it on to his third set of deadlifts. He's going to have to pick it up. He's going to live up to that prediction. He would finish it. He's still going to have a good time. Malialo is the first off the barbell. On to the box jump overs.
It's going to all depend on how fast he can get through the box jumps with 5 minutes left to the time cap.
That is Kinney to the far side in the white shorts, gray top.
The time to beat so far in the Northeast is Tyler Armstrong in the very last heat with 21:10, coming up just shy on the calories on the rower.
And again, a 21-minute time cap. The remaining time past 21, the reps, the calories in that situation, the 10 calories, he didn't get anything over the calories and the total reps.
Well, he actually got 41 calories, but the extra rep, they have to get off the rower and get onto the finish mat. So that's where you get that extra second that was charged to Tyler Armstrong.
Right now, Malialo on your right on the box jump overs, and Kinney to the left in the white shorts. Malialo in the black shorts with the orange shoes. Those are the only two right now on the box jump overs. The heat on the competition floor, you can really tell, starting to take effect. Malialo down to his last 5 in his second set of box jump overs. Again, if you're sitting in the stands out here today, fairly comfortable. It's about 73, 74 degrees, so a big difference in the temperature.
Craig Kinney in the middle of your screen with the white shorts. Currently came in at 2. Our leader there in the camo red shorts Matt Frazier finally on to the box jumps.
Very interesting, a story I know that you've talked about a little bit today before we got started. Not a CrossFit background.
No, and it's unbelievable that some of these guys, they're just such terrific athletes. When they hit, a lot of former athletes, a lot of former college athletes are drawn to CrossFit because of the competition, because of the camaraderie, the things that they miss about being in a team sport. It's all filled into what they get at with CrossFit. And Matt Frazier, one of the reasons that he was drawn to CrossFit was his Olympic lifting background.
And that's a very key, because Olympic lifting a big part of CrossFit, but he's added the other dynamics and the 10 disciplines of CrossFit. Here we go. It is Craig Kinney in lane 7, moving to the last set of box jumps in the gray shirt, white shorts. Malialo still sticking with him right on your right in the black shorts and the orange shoes. Looks like Frazier's picking up the piece, and the heat is just really sucking the life out of Spencer Hendel, it looks like.
Right, Craig Kinney's doing everything he needs to do to stay in second place. We're going to have a pretty good race as he gets back to the rower. He should have enough time. After only seeing 8 individuals complete this, there's a chance we could see 2 in the Northeast complete this event.
You're about to see this crowd go crazy over the next 2 minutes. Has a calorie in the bag. 1:53 remaining. Malialo will make his way to the rower. He will be the second man to get to the rower. He's got 1:45 before the time cap. Boy, you can hear Craig Kinney's cheering section yelling, "Let's go, Kenny," and I know Austin's crowd going nuts here as well. He is the head coach here. This is the home turf for Austin. And whether he makes it back to the games or not, the heart of a champion, a 3-time champion, will not concede anything. And they go stroke for stroke with 1:15 remaining.
Stroke for stroke with 1:10 left. And let's not forget the race between James Hobart and Joe Kearney as they try and settle who's going to be that third competitor to go to Carson, California.
Looked like Frazier made his way to the rower, but we're at 27 cows, 28 with under a minute to go. Austin should be just a few calories behind him, and Matt Frazier in the camo and shirtless on the far left. And as you mentioned, here they come, all grouped in a row. Frazier, Kinney, Hobart, Malialo from left to right. We're keeping an eye right here. Can he get it? Craig Kinney. Oh, it's going to be close. 20 seconds to go. He needs 6 cows. 15 seconds. 4 more calories. He's got to get to the mat. 10 seconds. 1 more calorie in the sprint to the mat. Oh, he's going to see if it'll roll over. Here he comes. He's on it. He finished. 3 seconds to spare and the time cap. Craig Kinney, the 9th man to complete the event, and thought that may be a big error. We have all done it. Make that last big pull to see if it rolls over, and finally it did. Kinney, Malialo, and Frazier, unofficial, your leaders and winners in this heat.
What an amazing finish.
And what Craig Kinney did is not unfamiliar to any CrossFitter at the very end. You made that last big pull, waiting for it to roll. As soon as he ducked back down, it hit 50, so he was quickly off the rower.
Craig Kinney, as he gets towards that 50 number, he could see the clock. He could hear the crowd cheering. Pull after pull, stroke after stroke, just trying to get to that 50. Comes up just a hair shy, gets 1 more pull, gets off onto the finish mat in just enough time.
Clock behind him showed 4 seconds to spare unofficially. Well, we had just the 9th man complete. What a thrill here in Canton, Massachusetts.
A tremendous accomplishment by Craig Kinney, and it will be very interesting unofficially with Austin Malialo coming in second. Matthew Frazier in third. What were the times for Joe Kearney, James Hobart, Spencer Hendel? We'll have to wait to find out until the official results are verified.
Again, you can go to games.crossfit.com. That's where the official events results are posted, as well as the overall standings. You can get an idea of where these guys sit. And we're going to see the spectrum. We go from the long chipper here in the 50s, and it's going to be completely different later today in the final event. It is going to be a sprint. Let's go out to Nick Zielinski.
Craig Kinney, a very exhausted Craig Kinney. Did you have an idea you'd finish this thing? How you feeling? And did you know?
My goal was to finish, and I did. That was my plan from the beginning, and I knew I had a shot in practice. I did 46. So
you had a pretty good idea. How does it feel to be the 9th man in the world in this workout to complete this event?
it feels great, but I came here to do one thing, and that's to get to the game. So if that happens, and I just got to do the best I can, then I'll be celebrating this.
Well, you got one event left. You're in second place coming into this event. This definitely puts your stamp on the weekend, but one more to go.
Right.
How are you going to recover, and how are you get ready for that event 7?
I'll probably loosen up right now, hit the rower again, and then probably not hit the ice bath because we got a quick return here, but just keep moving.
Craig, I'll let you go, man. Let's go get your breath, get some water. Craig Kinney, 9th man in the world to finish event 6.
That was a lot of fun, John. He finishes only the 9th man, Craig Kinney, and what is he going to do? He's going to go get back on the rower.
He's going to go and try and stay warm, try and stay loose. That was a tremendous workout. We got to see now, as these results are verified, where everybody sets entering the 7th and final event of the weekend.
Again, for all the official event and overall standing, the results go to games.crossfit.com, and we will find out a little bit later in the final event who is going to the games. For my broadcast partner, Nick Zielinski and John Jansen, I'm Jeff Brightwell from Canton, Massachusetts.